All right. So, as I like to say with these things, as long as everything is working the way that it needs to be working, I am now live. So, hello and welcome to everyone who is watching the Written in Melanin channel. Wherever this day may have found you, I'm so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, better known as CM Lockhart, and I'm here to bring some melanin to your pages. That being said, you guys, I can probably turn my mic up a little bit so you can actually hear me. There we go. Um, that being said, you guys, I am here doing some writing sprints today. I did a lot of these when I was drafting my book the first time, We Are the Origin, and it was super helpful. A lot of accountability. So I figured since that worked for the first time, let's do it again. I'm currently working on book 2, the sequel to We Are the Origin, and I am currently on chapter 2 of book 2. So I am going to be working on getting that done today, and hopefully being live will hold me accountable. So, that being said, if anyone is watching this now or in the future, feel free to let me know what it is that you are working on, and we will be in here working on it together. So, that being said, Ghost Friend Games is here. Hello! Welcome, friend. How are you? How are you doing? What are you working on today? And I just realized that I did not share this on Twitter as I meant to, so excuse me while I multitask real quick. But yeah, book 2 is going. My plan for right now is to actually have book 2 out in June. Like, I have this whole release schedule in my head that I'm like, this is what I really want to do. Um, but we'll see how that works out. I'm not necessarily on schedule right now because me being me, I was like, ooh, it'd be great if I just like added more stuff to my plate because I'm not actively drafting right now. And now that I need to actually draft, I'm like, I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do. So, there we go. Okay. Tweeted it out. There we go. So, that being said, I have a lot to do. I am going to be, my goal for book 2, I have a lot of them. So, goal number 1 is obviously get book 2 drafted and have it out in June. So, my word count for today, according to Le Dabou, is I have 1,202 words that I need to get done today. Ben gets off work around 3-ish, so I have like roughly 2 hours to get this in, which I'm feeling hopeful for. After that, is that better? I had the fan on because it's kind of hot, but if you guys can hear me better, then that's good. But yeah, anyway, 2 hours to get 1,200 words. I think I can do that. After that, I am going to mail off a couple signed copies of my book and do some general running around. So if you are watching this and you're watching this in real time, if you would like a signed copy of my book and you want it sent out like today, you can actually go ahead and purchase it and it will be sent off as soon as I get off of this stream. So there is a link in the description box for that. The paperback version is available. If you would like the hardback version of the book, you can pre-order that. That will be coming on September 21st. And there's a special limited edition version of the book that will be coming later this year. So, yeah. Also, Benjamin is here. Hi, Ben. If you guys don't know, Benjamin is my husband, so he's super supportive. So, love him. Also, SM Ryan is here. Hello. Welcome. Feel free to let us know what you are working on. And, yeah. Also, Ghost Friend Games is working on chapter 11, so finishing that up. So good luck. We are going to be productive together. That is the goal. So, like I said, I have Dabble up over here on this side of the screen. We are going to be doing 30-minute sprints. I don't know if I actually said that. So, 30-minute sprints. And, yeah, I hope you have your own background music because, this is YouTube. I am not allowed to play them on the stream, otherwise it'll get taken down. But yeah, I feel like I was in the middle of telling you guys what my goal was. So yeah, get the book done. But I'm also really excited because there's going to be an audiobook version of We Are the Origin, and that hopefully that will be coming later this year, definitely early next year. And I'm really excited for that because people have been asking me for it, and honestly it's just a big thing because I'm like, ooh, I'm like, I want my content to be accessible, so I'm like getting an audiobook. I'm really excited about that. I'm like stoked. And the narrator, she has an amazing voice. So I'm just like, okay, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited for it. So yeah, and then I'm also working on a limited edition version of We Are the Origin, because if you guys don't know, the target audience for We Are the Origin is like 17 and up, because there's like violence, but there's no sex on the page for We Are the Origin. It's what I call closed door fiction, meaning that if you know what's happening, if you know, you know, if you know, you know, but there's nothing graphic, there's nothing descriptive, and I wanted to make sure that it was written like that because I wanted it to be available for not only adults but a little bit of crossover, so it's new adult, right? Traditional publishing doesn't really recognize new adult, but it is new adult, so 17 into like early 30s, that range, right? So that being said, I am doing a limited edition version of the book that is only going to be available on my website. It's going to have its own unique cover, and it is going to be I say open door version, since I have a closed door version, the spicy version, open door version, whatever. The sex scenes that got cut from the book are going to be added back in. So if that's something that you're interested in, then for sure you can check that out. There is a link to pre-order it down in the description box below. That one will be coming hopefully later this year. I am working on the cover with my cover artist currently, because it will have its own exclusive cover and some hopefully exclusive character art to go with the book, so to actually feel like a true limited edition. But yeah, but all that to say that I'm not working on the limited edition today. I'm working on the actual book too, because I know for my Patreon, the people who sign up for it, I want to start giving them those sneak peeks and things that I promised starting in October, because October is my birthday month. Whoop, whoop, go Libras. Anyway, I want to make sure that I'm actually starting to roll out that content. So there's some things that I've been sitting on that I was just like, I can't wait to share, but I wanted to make sure that I was happy with it before I told other people. So I have some really beautiful character art for Brandy in the next book that I am going to be sharing. I also have the next chapter already written up, which I'm going to be giving my patrons a sneak peek of that. And I also have some more exciting things lined up that are coming next year that I'm just like, I'm ready. I think I'm ready to share. I'm ready to let people know. So that being said, we are coming up on the first 10 minutes. So I don't know what time zone you guys are in, but 10 minutes after, we're going to hop into our first sprint. So yeah, also I see that SM Ryan is working on wrapping up a beta read today and starting a new one. So congratulations. I hope that goes well. Also, curious, did you volunteer to be a beta reader, or is that like services that you offer, like just in general? I'm curious. And Read Love Listen said, I don't know what I'll be working on, but I know I need to get I know I need to work on getting some writing done. Yeah, I feel that. I have definitely been procrastinating on writing book 2, because I don't know. I feel like I was riding the high of We Are the Origin, and I was like, okay, when I start writing book 2, it's going to become real. It's going to become real. So it's like, I don't know. I was procrastinating, but I know I've mentioned this on my TikTok, but I'll say it here as well. Like, if you guys don't know, Benjamin is like the first reader who reads anything, and he's like the harshest critic. And I say this all the time, and I'll probably say it to the day I die. He's so rough on me, y'all. But anyway, he'll read the story, and if it's terrible, he will tell me it's terrible, and I appreciate him for that. But also, it hurts my feelings. But also, I kind of need that, right? Anyway, he's read the first chapter and he's approved of it, and I guess I was just sitting on it before I really got into it, because I was like, let me make sure. But it is 10 minutes after, so since I'm solo streaming today, I'm going to try to keep with the time. So 30 minutes on the clock, and we will be back. So happy writing or productivity, everyone. All right, that is it for that first sprint. So, let me know how you did, what you did, so on and so forth. Um, Also, gonna take a minute to say hello to Deja and Portia, who popped up in the chat while we were sprinting. Hello, welcome. If y'all are still watching, glad y'all could make it. I know you guys are at work, so I doubly appreciate you being here. And if you are working at work, I hope you're productive and that you don't get caught. But yeah, that being said, um, oh, slight comment. Sorry, linear thoughts. Linear thoughts. Let me know how you did, so on and so forth. That first sprint, I got 374 words. I don't know how much of that is going to work out. I'm working on having a conversation between two characters, but I don't know if I'm really feeling their dynamic right now. So I may tweak that a little bit in the next sprint, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. But that being said, I am really excited to be getting back into the story and writing these characters again. If you guys don't know, if you have not heard of We Are the Origin, if you've never read it, it is the first book in a fantasy series about a group of assassins who have to work together to save the gods in their realm from destruction. And there is a lot of world building. There's a pantheon of gods. There's one goddess and four other gods. They are all in love with the goddess Freya, and she is the mother of the realm, and the main character Brandy is her incarnation. And basically the story follows Brandy as she has to follow Freya's, I'll say, unconventional orders to basically keep the realm from being destroyed. Which is a little difficult for Brandy because she's an assassin. She's used to getting rid of people, not necessarily working to save the realm. So it's a fun journey. I personally think it's pretty good, and the people who have been leaving reviews on my book also think it's good, so that also gives me a little boost of confidence. But that being said, I'm working on book 2 in this conversation. I'm trying to get this right balance of, like, how do I put it? There's a very delicate balance between the characters, and there are obviously book 2 there are going to be new characters, but there are also some old characters who have established personalities. So I'm trying to make sure that some of those established characters also mesh with these new characters in a way that is like sustainable and natural for those characters and where they come from. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of like when I'm writing a character, I'm like, okay, they come from a certain place. Like they have their own experiences, their own backgrounds, the things that they know, the things that they accept as normal, yada, yada, yada. And so trying to make sure that the dialogue and the conversations that they have with each other makes sense based on where they come from is one of the things that I love about writing. But also these two characters are very interesting because in this particular case, neither one of them are assassins, and they're witnessing like the true strength of assassins for the first time. So they're kind of like in shock and awe, but they're handling it in different ways. And so I'm just trying to like kind of touch on that, but that's what it is. That's what it is right now. But yeah, like I said, 374 words. My goal is 1,202 words. So making good progress so far. But yeah. Let's see here. Read Love Listen said, I didn't write anything. I went through Scrivener to see which story I'll write. I'm taking a break from my fantasy work in progress because it's not working. I read my cute Princess Switch inspired witch story. Oh, that sounds cute. That sounds fun. And also, how do you like Scrivener? I use Dabble. I think I've told you guys that. That's just my preferred writing software. It's got a dark mode. It's clean. It's simple. It gives me my word count, what I need to do, and I can set it so that it takes the weekend off. So, yeah, I like Dabble. So, but I know some people actually absolutely swear by Scrivener. So, I'm always curious about how people feel about it. But yeah, I may try that one. I don't know. I'll see once I read this heist story I started. I don't know how to choose right now. Honestly, I want to write a heist story. That is in my like bag of books to write in the future. I've talked about it maybe, I want to say with Ben and with my critique partner, Amanda. If you guys don't know Amanda, she's been on the channel multiple times, and you can go to my page and you can subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's dope. She's awesome, and she has a book coming out in September. It's called In the House of Transcendence. honestly, I've talked to them about it, but I have so many ideas. Like one of them is definitely a heist, and I'm just like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know what it says about me that I want to write books where my main characters are like low key criminals. They get away with it. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna write a book about assassins, and then I want to write a book about a heist, and then I want to. There are a couple of other ideas that I definitely want to write. The thing that I'm kind of contemplating right now is if I want like a multiverse type of thing, because if you've read We Are the Origin, then y'all know that there's like a certain entity, I guess, that is not necessarily restricted only to the realm of the gods that Brandy is in. So I'm kind of playing with this idea of having multiple books that are lightly connected, but I haven't really decided on that or not because obviously I'm working on the second book, so I don't know how that's going to come into fruition in reality, but I would like to do something like that. And also, thank you. I'm so excited, you guys, for We Are the Origin. Y'all don't even know, because like I said at the beginning of this, I have been trying to like part of the reason I've been procrastinating on writing the second book is because I've just been riding like the high of the release in of We Are the Origin, because one of the things that I'm like honestly and truly so extremely grateful for is the fact that as it's been out longer, instead of like losing interest, it's like continuously gaining momentum, and more people are finding it, more people are reading it and reviewing it and tweeting about it, and I'm just like, I'm literally like screaming. So my little win for today, because if you guys follow me on TikTok, y'all know I like to share like my little wins. And I normally don't do this because, you know, some people on the internet, they really don't want to see you do well, but that's fine. That's fine. Because today I am so excited because if y'all have been following me, if y'all know me, one of the things that I always say is that if my book is ever in conversation with N.K. Jemisin, then I feel like I have won, right? And I was talking to Audra. Y'all know Audra from the Melanin Chat. If you don't know the Melanin Chat, again, check out my channel. It's a weekly live stream that we do every Tuesday where we talk about everything in the publishing world that's related to being Black and bookish and an indie author and a Black reader, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So Tuesday is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same channel, same place, yada, yada. Anyway, Audra, when I was talking to her, she was telling me how much she loved my book, and she, you know, compared it to how much she loved N.K. Jemisin's book. And y'all know Audra loves me. I love Audra. And so I believed her, but also there was a part of me that I was like, oh, she's just gassing me up. She's just trying to be nice. She's just trying to hype me so I'd be confident. Okay. But I took it and I was like, okay. But then today, somebody tweeted my book and they compared the Pantheon of Gods and We Are the Origin to the gods in N.K. Jemisin's Thousand Kingdoms. And it was like in a really positive way. And I retweeted it and I was just like, not my book being in conversation with N.K. Jemisin on any level. But I was just like, you know what? I've accomplished one of my goals. I'm excited. I am happy. I'm happy. So that is my win for the day. I can't even tell y'all like, okay. Okay. And I was another little win. Hope, like, as of right now, We Are the Origin is going to have a like little mini book tour starting on October 14th, which is my birthday. And I'm so excited because the person that I'm working with to organize it, I was like, this has to be ebooks, right? Like I can't send out this many physical copies of the book. And she was like, okay, cool, we'll just see if anyone's interested. And so I was fully expecting for people to be like, nah, I wanted a physical copy of the book. But she emailed me yesterday and she was like, within an hour of posting the sign up form, she already had multiple people signing up and inboxing her. And like the worry before was that we weren't going to have enough people. Now it's like, okay, now we might have to close the form because we might have too many people. And I'm like, look at God coming through. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. So I'm just like, I'm trying to keep myself not necessarily humble, but like remember that, okay, like we gotta stay with our feet on the ground, right? But I'm so excited about everything that's happening. I am literally genuinely so excited that people are like enjoying We Are the Origin, because like I literally wrote it just for people to enjoy the book. So the fact that they are enjoying it and is getting a little bit of traction, like I'm excited. I'm so excited. So that's my good thing for today. Thank you guys for listening, for coming to my TED Talk. Appreciate it. But yeah. Let's see here. Deja said that I have slowly been getting back into my world and characters, but now I want to rework everything. That's the problem I usually have, taking a break in the middle of the story. low key, that is like a very real thing. But I feel like it's one of those things where, like, when you take a break, you get better at writing and thinking through stories, because while you're taking a break 9 times out of 10, you're still consuming content. You're still watching movies, you're still watching TV, you're still reading stuff for other people, you're still reading books for fun. You're still consuming content, and you're getting better at pointing out things that you like, so that when you come back to your work, you're like, oh, I could have done this better. Oh, I could have done this differently. Oh, I could do X, Y, and Z. And it's just kind of like, especially if you're in the middle of it, and it's just like, yeah, you can go back and rework things. So I fully understand that. My advice is always going to be to like write to the end to see if you like it, and then go back. And I say that knowing that I'm the type of person who edits as I go along. But if you have something that you like and you just want to rework it and tweak it, and you don't really want to rework the entire plot, then I would say definitely keep going, keep writing. But if you know that there are major things that you want to change, then yes, yeah, I would definitely go back and rework it and see what you want to change and go from there. Relove Listen said, I'm still learning Scrivener and I'm trying to get my money's worth, especially since my husband bought it for me and told me I needed to finish a book for the end of the year. You know, I feel that. I feel that. There are a lot of things that I purchased for We Are the Origin. I was like, yo, I got to use it now. I paid for it. I paid for it. Like, we can't waste money. We don't waste money around these parts. I downloaded some templates from some author tubers, so they're working. That's good. I like writing villains and folks who don't play by the rules, because in real life I'm a goody two shoes. I wouldn't say I'm a goody two shoes. I'm more of a, I'll say I'm more like a chaotic neutral, I'll say. Because I'm definitely more like, I will definitely question authority, but also I don't like drama. I like to be left alone, so it depends on how much I can get away with without being bothered. That's kind of my life. But yeah. Also, if you guys want to leave a like, that'd be really helpful. Just throwing that out there. But yeah. So yeah. I'm a bit behind on the stream. I'm sure use the first storing to have breakfast and take care of my dogs, getting back to work for the next one. Awesome. Sounds good. Also, SM Ryan said that they do offer beta reading services, which I thought was really cool, because one of the things that I always struggle with is finding beta readers. So it's one of the services they offer in addition to manuscript evaluations. So if that's something you are in the market for, then there's someone in the chat for you to check out, SM Ryan. So yeah, I just keep changing the character personalities, but changing that changes how certain situations play out with the plot. I don't know why I do that, but it makes revising a little bit of a headache. No, I feel that. Because that's kind of what I was saying earlier about, like, okay, I'm going to say this, and then we're going to jump into our next sprint. So, 2 minutes. 55 minutes after we're jumping into our next sprint, right? But I'm such a huge, like, character-driven type writer, where I'm like, yeah, if you change the personality of the characters, it's going to change the entire book, because how characters interact with each other, in my personal opinion, is going to interact with what makes sense in the book, what makes sense for what they do, what makes sense for how they process things, what makes sense for what the kind of information that the reader's going to get, which makes, like, it kind of it guides everything in the book. And so for me, I know some people are like, oh, I have to nail down this aspect of the world. I have to get the world building down, or I have to get the plot written down. For me, I have to nail down character personalities, because once I know what a character is like, what, like I've said earlier, like what they've been through, what they're doing, like how they think, how they process things, like which way they lean towards in like solving things, it kind of helps me figure out what's going to happen in the book. So like Brandy is very much, I'll say, a straight shooter. Like she's very much, okay, we have a problem, we solve the problem, period. There is no in between. And she's like, if you are a problem, then I will solve you. We can get rid of you. Done. It's not a big deal. And for her, figuring out other solutions that don't involve like permanently getting rid of people, that is like her obstacle. Like that's the thing that she has to think through. Whereas one of the other characters, Sarah, she's so soft and gentle. She is one of those people where it's just like, yeah, no, we are not getting rid of people. What? Like there has to be another way around this. But Sarah also has like a very avoidant type personality. She's one of those people, she does not like confrontation. So when she comes up with the same issues that Brandy comes up against, where Brandy is like, okay, let's deal with it, Sarah's like, let's pretend like it's not there. Right? And because they're together, that kind of creates the dynamic of the book, and that kind of informs what kind of information the reader gets, because the story is told from their two perspectives. It's a third person book, but it follows them and what they're doing. So that kind of informs the rest of the book. I know y'all didn't ask me for that kind of analysis, but I hope it was helpful to someone. But like I said, it's 55 minutes after. Oh, I'm proud of myself. Look at me being on time today. Okay. 55 minutes after, we're going to do another 30-minute sprint. So let's get into this. Happy writing, everyone. All right. That is it for that sprint. So, again, let me know how you did, what you did, so on and so forth. I am going to pull up a calculator so I can figure out this word count. First time I got 374. Okay, cool. So we are making progress. We are up to, well, I say we collectively, right? But that sprint, I got 616 words. So making progress. I am up to 990 words. My goal is 1200. So I just need to get that done before like 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I think I'm on track for it. I did have to go back and modify that last little part of the dialogue, but I think I'm happy with what it's come out to, at least so far. I'll have to like reevaluate at a later point because I think I've talked about this several times in several places, but I edit as I go. So after I finish writing this chapter, I will most definitely be going back and reading back through it to make sure that I like it. And if I don't, I'll scrap it. But I am feeling pretty good about it. If you've read We Are the Origin, I can let you know that this chapter is from Sarah's perspective. And getting back into her perspective is actually more of a challenge than I thought it would be. It's fun, but it's more of a challenge than I thought it would be because between the two of them, between Brandy and Sarah, Sarah has a lot more inner dialogue, I'll say. At least that's what it feels like right now. So trying to work that in without it feeling like too like, okay, let's get to the point. Don't know if I'm actually accomplishing that as of yet, but we will see. We will see. And also it's one of those things where trying to balance like action with world building, with character development, with plot, just like trying to find a nice little sweet medium there. We will see. We will see. But let me write this down. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So let me know how you guys are doing. If you are still writing, if you're reading, if you're doing something else, so on and so forth, yada yada yada. Also, Ghost Friend Games, Cameo. I remember. See, it's coming together. Killing it. Honestly, I feel like I could do better. I feel so out of practice. I feel so out of practice. Like, starting a book is really hard for me, and I know this about myself. So I am trying to. Ooh, she got distracted. Sorry. I'm trying to like get more to like the meat of it because I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but like when I start a book, I know where I want the characters to go, and I know for in this book particularly, there are a couple of things that I want to. There are a couple of ducks that I want to get in a row in the first couple of chapters that I know I left from the end of book one, and I want to touch on it in book two before I start on the like the main things that are gonna happen. So trying to like I guess finish that up, but also I want it to be, how do I put it? One of the things that I've realized recently, from a couple of books that I've read, is that I want to make sure that if someone picks up book two before they pick up book one, they do have enough context to read it and enjoy it. Like, obviously, these books are going to be written in a way that's like you're meant to read them, like book one and then book two. But I do want, if someone has like book two or whatever, like, I don't know, maybe they got book one from the library and they just straight up pre-ordered book two, right? If say someone picks it up, I want there to be enough context for them to read book two, but I also don't want to slow it down to the point where the people who read book one are like, okay, well, I already know this information, like, let's keep going. So trying to also find a balance for that, because I didn't want to do a recap. I thought about doing a recap, but I was just like, I don't know. I feel like that would be like such a slap in the face for anyone who read the first book, especially for anyone in the future where they're going to read book one after book two is already out. I don't want to do a recap. So I'm trying to like work in like pertinent information, especially for characters who may not have been such a major part of book one. But I'm trying to figure it out and get a nice balance to it. I can already feel that this is going to be something that I'm going to have to go back and like tweak and edit. But kind of like I said before, as long as like the big parts of it are okay, I kind of look at it like a dinner, and maybe food analogy because I'm hungry. But I'm like, as long as if it's like Thanksgiving dinner, as long as the turkey is good, we can work on the sides at a later date. That's kind of how I'm feeling. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Rila, listen, that's good that you're in your groove. I'm trying to figure out my inciting incident. Inciting incidents are hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And for me, because I don't necessarily write linearly, like I have flashbacks in my story, I have found that for me is like I'm just gonna put them after the inciting incident and then I'll work it in later. But that's my little cheat code, I guess. But it's also different in this book because like I said, it's picking up where book 1 left off. So yeah. Let's see here. Cameo said that's a good point and probably fun to write because you know it already. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. That's the fun thing about writing. You get to figure it out. You get to literally make things up as you go along. So I'm here for it. I am here for it. That being said, how are you guys doing? Like, I always, after the second sprint, I'm always like, are you guys good? Are you okay? Like, are you down for another one? Do you need to do a 20-minute sprint instead of a 30-minute sprint? Like, let me know how y'all are feeling and we'll go from there. Because like I said, I'll probably stream for at least another like 30-ish minutes. The goal is to hop off around 3 because I do have some signed copies to send out. So I need to go to the post office before they close. So if you're watching this and you don't have a signed copy of the book and you would like one with the map, let me know. And I say let me know by like purchasing it from the link in the description box below so that you can get one. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, just if you're watching this, let me know if you are good with another 30-minute sprint. I can do a 20-minute sprint if you guys would prefer. But yeah, all right. Cameo said that she can do another one before lunch. So cool. That sounds good. If no one else pipes in, we're going to do another 30-minute sprint, probably starting in the next 2 minutes. That way, I can wrap up before too far past 3. And just so you guys know, for future reference, I am planning to do these sprints regularly on Thursdays. So Thursdays at 1:00, that's the time that I'm carving out for myself to like just sit down and write and work on book 2. So, that is the goal for this current era of writing. But yeah. Okay. Relive Lista said 20 or 30 works. SM Ryan said, I'm down for another sprint. Got into a good groove with the last one. Awesome. Love to hear that. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do a 30-minute one because I'm just that type of person where I like 30-minute sprints because I feel like I can, that extra 10 minutes just like lets me be like, okay, I got my groove. I can keep going. So we'll probably do another 30-minute sprint starting at probably right now, 35 minutes after. So we'll do another 30 minutes and then we'll come back, check in, and that'll be it. So if you guys do hop out before then, thank you so much for sprinting with me. I appreciate you guys being here and being productive with me. But that being said, 30 minutes on the clock, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. All right, you guys, that is it for that sprint. Okay, hopefully you can hear me now. That is it for that sprint. So, hopefully you guys were able to get a few things done. So let me know what your final word count was and how you did overall. Hopefully it was useful. So let's see here. I'm at 1,513 words. I had 990 before. So that sprint, I got 523 words. So not too bad, not too bad. I did hit my goal for today. So I wrote 1,513 words. My goal was 1,202. So we are in the good. We're in the clear. I also finished up this chapter. I have learned just from writing the first book that my writing style is very much like I have not long chapters, I would say, but longish chapters. So they're usually broken up into two scenes that are usually somewhere around like somewhere between 2 to 3,000 words. And so a chapter is anywhere between 4 to 6,000 words for me usually. So this scene is sitting at 1,987. So that's probably it. And I do feel pretty good about like the navigation. I'm feeling pretty good about having reintroduced the readers to the world. So I will definitely sit on it. And come back to it, make sure that I still like it, but I feel like the heart of what I wanted to get across is there, and the characters are like starting, kind of like chess, they're starting to move to the correct place. Start to get in the correct places for things to like start happening. Some of this interpersonal tension that I want to write into this book is like, it's probably going to start either in the next scene, but for sure the next chapter, and I'm really excited for it. Oh, I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm excited. I like the drama, except, when it's written. But, so, that is what I'm working on. Like I said, if you guys are in the Discord, I will probably try to get more writing sprints in tomorrow around the same time, like 1 o'clock. I probably won't stream them, but I will definitely be back on stream on Thursday at 1 o'clock. So, if it's helpful, I will try to set up the stream ahead of time so you guys can set a reminder for it, because usually I just set it for the date of. So if you want me to, let me know and I will try to do that. Let's see here. Cameo said got 309 out of 900, so still be working. Understood. I hope that you hit your word count for today, and I hope you are successful. Read Love Listen said I wrote 78 words after looking at my screen for 10 minutes. I'm glad to actually get a few words in and working on this work in progress that I had neglected. Yay! I'm glad that you made some progress. 78 is still 78 more than you didn't have, and making progress. So I'm excited for you guys. That being said, it is like 3:09-ish here, Eastern Standard Time. So I am going to go ahead and hop off the stream. But like I said, I appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with me for getting some stuff done. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications. Melanin Chat is off this week, but normally we do it Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we talk about all things Black and bookish. And I will be back, like I said, on Thursday at 1 o'clock to do more writing sprints. If you haven't already and you're watching this in the future, feel free to go ahead and grab my book, We Are the Origin, from the description box down below. And you can always check out the Melanin Library, melaninlibrary.com, if you are looking for more recommendations for books by Black authors. But, yeah, that is it, you guys. I will say goodbye for an hour, and I'm not going to do that. So, until next time, you guys, I hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye.